Hello, very good morning, dear students. How are you all? I hope all of you are fine. And today, this is the last lecture of chapter number 4th, that is organizing. And today, in this session, we are going to discuss about the elements of delegation of authority. In previous session, we discussed the meaning, definition, and importance of delegation of authority. And today we are going to discuss about the elements of delegation of authority. So, according to Louis Allen, delegation of authority means assignment of responsibility and power to subordinates by creating accountability for effective performance. Now, it is the definition of delegation of authority. While in previous session we discussed the definition of delegation of power. See here in point number 4.5.2 the definition, that is according to Louis Allen, and the definition given over here is the definition of delegation of power. While today we are going to discuss about the definition of delegation of authority and not the power. So basically there is a very thin line of difference between power and responsibility, but as here it is given in this particular topic, so we have to remember this definition also. So here, as we can see in this diagram also, that there are basically three elements or three different kind of contents are included in delegation of authority. Delegation of authority means first one is assignment of responsibility and power to the subordinates. Second one is creating accountability for the effective performance, and along with responsibility we are delegating authority. See, this question is very much important from the examination point of view. Either it may ask for a 3 marks, that is explain the elements of delegation of authority in full, or they may ask any of the detail of this particular 3 topic, that is either entrustment of responsibility, conferment of authority, or creation of accountability. So you have to compulsorily remember all these 3 points and the elements of delegation of authority without making any mistakes. Now, the Louis Allen says that it means assignment of responsibility. It means for the accomplishment of any kind of particular task, first of all we have to find out the areas or the person to whom we can assign the particular responsibility. Along with responsibility, we have to assign the power to that particular person, or we can say to the subordinate, to complete the work by creating accountability. Accountability means answerability. It means when we assign the responsibility and authority to a person, then we have to see that whether they are doing it particularly or not. And if any kind of deviation is there, then we should take some kind of corrective actions. And by that way, they are creating accountability amongst all those who given the particular responsibility and authority to complete the task. So, here we are creating basically 3. First one is entrustment of responsibility. Second one is delegation of authority. And the third one is creation of accountability. According to him, the following elements are included in the delegation of authority. Some students are asking that, sir, whether we have to draw this diagram or not. Yes, it is compulsory to draw this diagram whenever it has been asked in your examination regarding the delegation of authority in 3 marks. Sometimes it may happen that in 2 marks also they may ask that please draw the tripod of delegation of authority. Then also you have to draw this tripod so that you can get good marks. According to him, it means according to Louis Allen, the following elements are included in the delegation of authority. The first one is the entrustment of responsibility. Second one is conferment of authority. And the third one is creation of accountability. In this way, a tripod structure of the delegation of authority can be formed. We can see very clearly from here in this diagram that the tripod structure is formed with the delegation of authority. All the three elements are equally important and independent, still mutually connected. This one is very much important point to consider, that all these three elements are equally important. It means without any of the pod of this tripod, we cannot successfully run the organization. So, all these 3 points are equally important and independent of each other, but still they are mutually connected. It means without any of this or any of the one amongst these three, we cannot run the organization successfully. An effective organizational structure can be formed by balancing these three. So after that, now let us discuss these 3 points in a detail. In that first one is the entrustment of responsibility. Entrustment of responsibility. Entrustment of responsibility is the duty assigned by the top level officers to the subordinates for a particular work. The responsibility is given to accomplish a particular task. It creates relationship between superior and subordinate because the subordinate is expected to follow the orders given by the superior. Thus, assignment of responsibility flows from top to bottom level. Now, the very first element of the delegation of authority, or we can say the first pod of a tripod, is entrustment of responsibility, because whenever any of the person is able to complete a work, there some kind of responsibility will be given to them to complete that particular task. So, entrustment of responsibility is the duty, that is the work assignment by the top level officers to the subordinates for a particular work. As we discussed last, that we can get the benefit of specialization also. So here the work assignment is done on the basis of the specialization or expertise in the area. So here the top level officers is assigning a different kind of task to a different person on the basis of their specialized area, or we can say their expertise. So first of all, they are assigning a duty by the top level officer to the subordinates for a particular work that of his working area. The responsibility, that is the duty, is given to accomplish a particular task, where the person to whom the responsibility is assigned is overall responsible for completion of that particular task anyhow within a stipulated time period. It creates a relationship between superior and subordinates because the subordinate is expected to follow the orders given by the superior. So along with the responsibility here, the interrelationship among the departments and the interrelationship in a linear manner is also properly maintained, or we can say formed. That's why the person can understand who is upper level to him, or we can say who is the superior of him, and the superior level managers can also understand who is their subordinates, and they can work according to that particular sequence. So here it creates a proper relationship between the two persons. One is the responsibility assigner or given, he is the superior authority, and second one is who will bear this responsibility, or we can say who is the keeper of this responsibility, is the subordinate. So by this way, we'll be having a relationship between subordinate and superior. Thus, assignment of responsibility flows from top to bottom level. First of all, line this particular statement. Basically, the responsibility assignment is from top to bottom level, but the work accomplishment or submission of work accomplishment is from the bottom level to the top level in a sequential manner. So here the assignment of responsibility is from top level to middle level and from middle level to bottom level, and all these three levels are connected with each other in a coordinated manner. Now second point is conferment of authority. By giving power to a person, result can be obtained by work accomplishment. The administrators should provide enough power to the helpers or subordinate so that they can allot the work to the lower levels and get the work done. Hence, delegation of authority is an important step towards allotment of power. This flows from upper to lower level. Normally, in this process, the power to give decisions and the power to give orders is given. This delegation of authority can be for various purposes. For example, marketing managers are given power to incur necessary expenditure in their work area. The appointment of employees to take disciplinary actions against the employees, etc. Now, along with the responsibility, the conferment of authority is also one of the important element of delegation of authority, because the authority and responsibility is two sides of a same coin, and if we cannot assign any of this to a particular person, then he or she will not be able to complete the task according to the direction given to them. Now, here, by giving power to a person, it means here we are giving a power to a person to whom we have already assigned the responsibility to complete the particular task. Results can be obtained by work accomplishment. So, here, with the conferment of authority, or we can say by giving a power, we make sure or assure that the work will be completed within a stipulated time period. The administrator, that means the top level officers, should provide enough power to the helpers or subordinate so that they can allot the work to the lower levels and get the work done. Here, in this particular statement, they are saying that the top level should provide enough power to the helpers or subordinates. It means here the top level management is giving power to the middle level managers, that is the different departmental heads and different divisional heads, so that these heads can allot the work. It means now the person to whom the responsibility is given is not at all responsible to complete the task by their own. He has to take this work from other subordinates, or we can say from the workers. So if we are not giving proper power so that they can rule their worker or they can direct the workers, then the work accomplishment will not done in a properly manner. So here the administrator provide enough power to the middle level managers, that is the helper or subordinate, so that this middle level manager can allot the work to the bottom level or lower level and get the work done. Here the middle level managers are assigning some kind of powers along with responsibility to the bottom level, that is the supervisor and foreman, to complete the particular task. And if the task is not completed within a stipulated time period, then they are giving a power to the supervisors to call the employees who are not working properly and give them some kind of punishment and penalty so that they can work properly and deviation can be removed. Hence, by this way, it means by the way of power to subordinates, delegation of authority is an important step towards the allotment of power. So, without delegation of authority, it cannot happen that we can complete the task within a stipulated time period. This flows from upper to lower level. Line this statement also. Basically, the authorities also flows from upper level, that is top level, to bottom level, or we can say lower level. Normally, in this process, that is in the process of conferment of authority, the power to give decisions and the power to give orders is given. Line this statement too. What is given in the conferment of authority then? In conferment of authority, we are giving power of two kinds. First one is the power to give decisions. It means here the middle level manager, who is the responsible staff of the particular department, or we can say the particular division, is now able to take decision by their own regarding their particular department. It means now they are having the highest authority in the department where they can take decision according to the need. And second one is the power to give orders. It means now they are able to give order to each and every employee or worker who are working under them. And by this way, they make sure that the particular thing can be completed within a stipulated time period. This delegation of authority can be for various purposes. Now, the delegation of power and delegation of decision making is for different kind of purposes, because the working area of each and every functional department is different. Like in production, we have to make the production planning, raw material, labor, then actual production, everything work will be done. In financial department, the arrangement of a capital, then need of a capital, allocation of resources, utilization, etc. are there. While in marketing management, there will be the advertisement, sales promotion, then regarding that public relations, etc. are there. So here, the delegation of authority can be for various purposes. It means the purposes of the different organizational department is also different, and so the delegation is also on the basis of the requirement of that particular department. Now here they are given a single example, that is marketing managers are given power to incur necessary expenditure in their work area. So first of all, the income and expenditure is the part of the financial management. If we do not delegate this authority and responsibility among the department, then every now and then, whenever the requirement of fund is there, then marketing manager has to ask compulsorily to finance manager regarding the expenses. But once when the delegation of authority and responsibility is there, then now the marketing manager himself is able to incur any kind of expenditure that deemed fit for their department's activities, and now they have not to ask anyone for this kind of expenses. Second one, the appointment of employees. It means whatever requirement of the employees and manpower is there, they can appoint with the coordination with the human resource management, because the human resource management is taking care of this appointment of employees and all tasks. To take disciplinary action against the employees, it means all those who are not working properly under the marketing departmental head. Now, it is the responsibility and power of the marketing manager to take disciplinary actions against all those employees who are not working properly in the organization. So it means we can say that with the conferment of authority, the particular departmental head is responsible for all kind of activities of his organization, along with the control and power of the organization, where he can take any of the decision that deemed fit for their organization itself. And The success and failure of the organization or the completion of a particular task and the risk associated with that will be borne by that particular departmental head only. Now the last one is the creation of accountability. The delegated authority holder has to provide proper explanation and follow reporting process to the top level management. This is known as accountability. He may surely be given powers to the work done by others, but finally the responsibility of getting the work done rests with the upper level administrators only. Hence, the middle level authority holders should take care to ensure that the work is properly done by the lower level staff. The middle level authority holder cannot free himself from his responsibility of getting work done. This accountability flows from lower to upper level. This accountability cannot be passed on. For example, the accounts officer may give the work of writing accounts to his accountant, but when the accounts are written, it is the accounts officer who has to check the accuracy of the work done and not the accountant. So here it is given clearly that along with the authority and responsibility, there should be some kind of creation of accountability is there. Otherwise, the person to whom the work will be assigned will give answer like, "Sir, the work is not completed," and no one take the responsibility or accountability, then the assured result cannot be achieved within a stipulated time. So it is the third and most important pillar of the tripod of the delegation of authority. So first of all, let us understand the meaning of the accountability. The delegated authority holder has to provide proper explanation and follow reporting process to the top level management. This is known as accountability. First of all, line this statement and remember this one is very much important from the examination point of view because it had been asked 3 times in last 6 examinations. The delegated authority, it means the person to whom the authority and power is given a proper explanation. It means when the work is working on, it means when the work is in work in progress manner or completed in a part or whatever the day-to-day reporting process should be done by the person to whom the authority is delegated. So the delegated authority holder has to provide proper explanation. It means if the work is not done, then they have to explain why this happened and follow the reporting process to the top level management. It means to those who has given this kind of authority and responsibility to a person for completion of a particular task. And the process of this answerability or reporting is known as the accountability. It means along with the completion of a task, they have to report all the required necessary information in a timely manner to the top level authorities also. He may surely be given powers to get the work done by others, but finally the responsibility of getting the work done rests with the upper level administrators only. This point clears each and every confusion regarding the accountability. Once the particular task is assigned by a top level authority to middle level authority, they cannot free themselves from the responsibility and accountability of the completion of that particular task. It is not like that I have given or assigned the work to the middle level management and now the total responsibility of the completion of this task is there. No, it is not that. They have to take care of the activities which is going on because the final responsibility, that is the final accountability of the completion of a work in a timely manner, is lies to the top level management only because it is their duty to complete the task and not the duty of the person to whom the task is given. He may surely be given powers to get the work done by others. It means once they give this power to the middle level management, that is okay, that they provided this authority and responsibility. But finally, when the work is not completed, or to see that the work will be done in a properly manner, is the responsibility, or we can say finally the responsibility of getting the work done rest with the upper level administrators only, whose work to complete that particular task. Whether they are completing by themselves or getting work done from others, in both these cases, the responsibility to complete the task, that is the accountability and reporting, is of the top level authority who assign this particular task to the middle level and bottom level. Hence, the middle level authority holder should take care to ensure that the work is properly done by the lower level staff. It means, first of all, the work is assigned by the top level authority to middle level authority. Now, middle level authority is having the power to work done through others, that is from the bottom level officers, and now it is the responsibility of middle level also to ensure and to check that the task is performing properly as directed. So now it is the responsibility of both, that is the top level and middle level, to accomplishment of the particular task within a stipulated time period. So middle level authority holder should take care to ensure that the work is properly done by the lower level staff, so that there will be the assurance of getting the work done within a stipulated time period. This accountability flows from lower to upper level. Line this particular statement. Basically, the authority and responsibility is flows from top level to bottom level, while the accountability flows from lower, that is bottom level, to upper level in a sequential manner. This accountability cannot be passed on. It means once the particular task is assigned to me, I cannot give any kind of excuse or free myself from the completion of that particular task, because it is my accountability to complete the particular task for whom I am assigned. Now let us take one of the example which is given here in this textbook regarding the accountability. The account officer may give the work of writing accounts to his accountant. So first of all, we can see here that the task of writing account is assigned by the top level officers to the middle level officers, that is account officer, to write all the necessary accounts of the organization. Now, this accounting officer is give this task to his accountant for completion of a particular task of writing the books of accounts. But when the accounts are written, it is the accounts officer who has to check the accuracy of the work done and not the accountant. In both the manner, it means if the work is completed or if the work is finished, then also the responsibility of the account officer to check the accuracy, that whether the accounts are properly written or not, and if there is some kind of deviations in it, then the responsibility of the account officer to correct it. And in second case, if the work is not done within a stipulated timely manner, then the account officer is answerable to the top level authority and not the accountant, because that particular task is assigned to the accounts officer and not to accountant to regarding the completion of a task. So it is the total responsibility of the account officer, that is whether he complete the task by their own self or they give it to the accountant to complete that particular task. In both these cases, the answerability and reporting is in the hands of the account officer, and he is totally responsible for the working of his particular area. So here with this particular topic, we are concluding this session and this chapter 2. In today's session, we discussed everything about the elements of delegation of authority. In that first one, we discussed the definition of Lewis Allen. Then the tripod in which three pillars are there, that is the entrusted responsibility, delegated authority, and created accountability. I repeated that you have to compulsorily draw this tripod if it is asked in your examination for 3 marks. It may also happen that sometimes they ask to draw only diagram in 1 or 2 marks, or they may ask any of the particular point, entrustment of responsibility or conferment of authority or creation of accountability separately for 2 or 3 marks. Then you have to write it. Now I hope you will complete the worksheet within a time period given to you and submit it to the respected authorities. Thank you very much, class.